So good morning students, it is a computer science class. Take lesson number 6, recursion. Okay, fine. See the definition of recursion. Recursion refers to a programming technique in which a function calls itself directly or indirectly. A function calls itself either directly or indirectly. This concept is called as recursion. Okay va? Okay. ஒரு function அதே ஃபங்க்ஷனை கால் பண்ணுச்சுன்னா அது recursion சொல்லுவோம். இல்லைன்னா ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷன் இப்ப ஏங்கிற ஃபங்க்ஷன் b கால் பண்ணுது, bங்கிற ஃபங்க்ஷன் a கால் பண்ணுது. மறுபடியும் ஏங்கிற ஃபங்க்ஷன் b கால் பண்ணுது, bங்கிற ஃபங்க்ஷன் a கால் பண்ணுது. அப்படியே ரிப்பீட்டடா போயிட்டே இருக்கு. Okay? So this kind of behavior, okay, is called as recursive. Clear? Okay. Let me explain you with a program. A person has the weight of 80 kg. He wants to transform himself to 60 kg. Okay, fine. So for that, I am going to write one recursive function. So definition of recursive exercise function. Okay. So do exercise. Do all exercise and check if weight is less than or equal to 60 means stop the exercise. Okay, fine. Suppose else means again he has to work out the same procedure. Am I right? Okay. So that I am writing what? Rec underscore ex function. It is nothing but a calling statement. So this will call the same function. This rec ex function will call the same function. So once again he has to do the all exercise and he has to check whether the weight is less than or equal to 60. If it is less than means he can stop the exercise. Suppose the condition is false means he has to come here. What is this? It is a recursive function. So this function will call the same function. Once again he has to do the exercise. Then check the weight. If the weight is less than 60 means yes, the condition is true. Then he can stop the exercise. Understand? Suppose, for example, I am saying that person is doing exercise for 10 years. Okay. Still now he couldn't reach the weight less than 60 means, less than or equal to 60 means, always he has to do the exercise daily. Compulsory he has to do, no other way. Suppose within a single day he got the weight less than 60 means he can stop he can stop. Okay. So no need to call the function again and again. Clear? Okay. So this is called as recursive function. Okay. I told you totally there are two types of recursive function. One is direct recursive function. Another one is indirect recursive function. And this is what kind? A function which it calls the same function. That means it is coming under direct or indirect. You say. Yes, it is a direct recursive function. Clear? Okay. Listen. Let me explain you some other example. Is it visible? Okay, let me check it. Okay, listen. What is this? A function will call the same function. A function calling itself. A function it calling itself. It is called as direct recursion. This is the best example is this one. A function will call a function. Then it will come here. A function will call the same a function. It will come here. So a function will call the same L function. Okay. So I think infinite times this will be going to execute. Okay, fine. So next, indirect recursive function. You see here, A definition contains B call statement and B definition contains A function call statement such that this A will call A function will call B function and B function will call A function. Okay. So it will be, this loop will be executed again and again. Understand? Okay. Indirect recursion, I will tell you one more example. Okay. So A function will call B function, B function will call C function, C function will call D function, and D function will call A function. So infinitely it will be going to execute. Understand? So this can, suppose you listen, a function call itself means it is called as direct recursion. A function which it calls another function means it is called as indirect recursion. That's what I want to say. So hope you understand. Thank you very much. So good morning students, it's a computer science class. Take lesson number 6, recursion. Come to the page number 203. Okay. So what is this? Okay. So this is the best example for indirect recursive function. Indirect recursive function. Clear? Okay. So listen here. Very simple. This function 1 will call function 2, and this function 2 will call function 1. Again this function 1 will call function 2, and this function 2 will call function 1. This is what I am going to explain. Listen. First, def function 1 is going to be executed. What is going to be printed? Hello func2 will be printed. So hello func2 is printed. Right. What is this func2? It is a calling statement. So that this line will call this func2. Here what is there? Yes func1 is there. So yes func1 is printed. And here func1 function. That means this will call this function. Okay. Then it will print hello func2. So it will print hello func2. Then func2 function, it is a calling statement, so it will call this statement. So it will print what? Yes func1. So it will print yes func1. Then it will call func1. So the control flow will go to here. Then again hello func2 will be printed. Then again yes func1 will be printed. So this will be executed for how many number of times? This will be executed for infinite number of times. Infinite times. It will be if you can type this program, even you can check. This hello func2 and yes func1 will be going to be again and again, run again and again until your system will get corrupted. Your system will get hang. System hang agaradikum. These things will be repeated again and again. Understand? Okay. So there is a need to stop this recursive function. Am I right? The recursive function திரும்ப execute ஆச்சுன்னா என்ன ஆகும்? Computer hang ஆயிரும். அது வரைக்கும் execute ஆயிட்டே இருக்கும். So that at any one point we have to stop this program. Okay. So for that we have to use some technique. We can see that one. Okay. Okay. Camera check பண்ணிக்கலாம். Okay. So listen, recursion is a technique for solving a large computational program, repeatedly applying the same procedure to reduce it into smaller programs. அதாவது என்னன்னா ரொம்ப பெரிய ப்ரோக்ராம் இருக்கு. அந்த பெரிய ப்ரோக்ராமை எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்றதுக்கு ரிப்பீட்டடா அதே விஷயத்தை நம்ம எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கணும். ஓகே. So for that concept, so a very large computational problem can be solved by using recursion technique. Okay, fine. அதுக்கு நீங்க வந்து கோடிங் வந்து ரொம்ப அதிகமா எழுதணும் தேவையில்லை. We can write a smaller coding itself enough. We can able to solve that large computational problems. Okay, fine. I told you now this function will execute for infinite number of times. Okay, so at any one point we have to stop this function execution. For those things, what we have to do means we have to use two techniques, that is called as, you have to use base case and recursive step. These two things if you used means These two things if you use means, okay, easily you can finish this recursive function. Unless and otherwise, this function will be executed for infinite number of times. Your computer will hang. Okay. So in next class we are going to see what is called base cases, and what is called recursive step. This was very very important in recursive. இது தெரியலனா உங்களுக்கு எதுமே தெரியாதுன்னு அர்த்தம். Okay. So hope you understand. Thank you very much. So good morning students, it is a computer science class. Take lesson number 6, recursive function. Take page number 208. Okay. So now let me explain you the basic recursive function. Okay. If you understand this concept means, then all concept will be easy. Understand? Okay. You see, what is this? It is nothing but a recursive function definition. Okay, so these two lines are the action blocks of recursive function. Okay, fine. You see, I am here. RECUR, recursive function. So I am calling this function. Okay, it is a call statement such that it will go to the recur definition. So from here the control flow will go to the recur definition, right? Okay. Now see what it happens. So now print hello. So what is the output? In output it will print HELLO, hello. Then what is this? Like this, it is also a function call statement. That means it will call the recur definition. That means the control flow will go to from here to here. Okay. Now what will happen? Print hello, such that one more hello will be printed. HELLO. Okay. Now what is this? After this line, recur function call statement. Then once again it will call recur definition. Then print hello, such that hello will be printed. HELLO. Then once again recur function call statement. Then it will call recur definition. Then it will come here, print hello, then hello, HELLO. Like that, it will execute for how many times? It will execute for infinite number of times. Okay, fine. So at any point we have to stop this one. Okay, fine. So if you couldn't stop means it is nothing but infinite recursive function. If you can able to stop means it is called as finite recursive function. Understand this concept? Okay. So what is this? It is a function call statement. It will call the recur definition. This can you understand? Okay. So now let me go to the program. Okay. Fine. So what is this program? It is nothing but program 6.2. Okay. So see here, where is the function call statement? Can you see here? BP, it is nothing but this one. It is a function call statement. Okay. So this will call BP definition. This will call BP definition. Can you understand this concept? Okay. Now we can go to the program. 6.2. Write a recursive function to print a string backwards. Okay. For example, money means MANI. How to print it backwards? INAM. Inam. Okay. So this is the string backwards. So how we are going to apply this concept in recursive function? Okay. Fine. So first always come to main function. Okay, fine. You come here. S is equal to input enter a string. S is equal to input enter a string. What can we enter? We can enter Hari. Okay. So HARI. Okay. Then Hari is a word will be stored in S. So what is the S value? Hari. Don't forget. Okay. Fine. So BP function, what is this? BP function So what is S value? We know that it is nothing but Hari. And what is length of S? 1, 2, 3, 4. Totally 4 characters. So 4 minus 1, it is 3. Okay. So S value is Hari and the len of S minus 1. The ultimate value is 3. So Hari comma 3. Understand? Okay. So it is a function call statement. This will call BP definition. So this BP definition will be executed. Okay, fine. So can you see this one? BP function. So this BP function will call this one, and once again this will be executed. If it reach BP function means once again it will call BP function. So this will be executed. So if this will once again call the BP function, once again it will be executed. Okay, fine. So like that it will execute so many number of times. At one point it is going to be stopped. How it is going to be stopped? Let me explain you. Okay, fine. Okay, listen. So S comma len of S minus 1 means Hari comma 3. Am I right? Okay. So this Hari comma 3 will be transferred here. So now SG value is Hari and N value is 3. And N value is what? 3. So Hari comma 3, right? Okay. So now you see here, what is the N value? It is 3. 3 is greater than 0. Okay, of course the condition is true. True means these two lines will be executed. So SG of N. Okay, SG of N means, what is the N value? It is 3. SG array of 3. What is SG array of 3? Listen. HARI 0, 1, 2, 3. These are the index values. Okay. So yeah, so this is nothing but SG. So SG array of 3 means the value is what? I. So print I. Understand? So because of this statement it will print I. Okay, fine. Then what is this one? This statement is finished. Now this one. It is a function call statement such that this will go into the control flow will go to def BP. Okay, fine. Now listen. What is SG value? It is Hari. SG value is Hari. And what is N minus 1 value? N is 3. Now N minus 1 value is 2. Such that it is Hari comma 2. Understand? Okay. So last time, each time the recursive function value will be differ. Understand? First time the recursive function value is Hari comma 3, and next time it is Hari comma 2, and next time it will be Hari comma 1. Understand? Okay, like that all the times the recursive function argument value will be differ. Okay. So see here, Hari comma 2. Now this value, these two values will be transferred to here. Okay. So Hari comma 2. Now N value is 2. So it will come here. N value is what? I said 2. 2 is greater than 0. Of course the condition is once again true. Come here. Print SG of 2. Print SG of what? Print SG of 2. So SG of 2 means what? R. R will be printed. Okay. So R is printed. Now it will come here. What is this? Once again it is a function call statement. So now you say, what is the value of SG? Of course it is Hari. Then now what is the value of N minus 1? Already N value is 2. Now N minus 1 means it is 1. So Hari comma 1. Hari comma 1. So Hari comma 1 means the value, these two values will be transferred to here. SG value is Hari. Of course this one value is transferred to N. N value is what? 1. Now come here. N value is 1 now. 1 is greater than 0. Of course the condition is true. Then print SG of 1. SG of 1 means what? SG of 1 means it is A. So it will print A. Okay. Now it will come here. BP, it is BP function, it is a function call statement. Okay. Now tell me what is the value of these arguments. SG value is what? Of course same Hari. And n minus 1 value is what? It is last time it is 1. Now it become 1 minus 1, it is 0. So Hari comma value will be the value of here. Hari comma 2. So these two values will be transferred to here. Sg comma n. Now the value of Sg is Hari and the n value is 0. So it will execute this one. What is n value? It is 0. N value is what? 0. 0 is greater than 0. The condition is false. 0 greater than 0, the condition is false. So that this part will not be executed. It will execute this part. So elif n is, what is the value of n? 0. 0 equal to 0. Of course the condition is true, such that Sg of 0 will be printed. So Sg of 0 means what? Sg of 0 is h. So h. So finally the answer is what? IRAH, Iraq. Okay. Right. So this value is, this function is recursive function. It is fully executed. Once again it will come back. That's all. The program is finished. So we gave the input Hari and we received the output IRAH. Okay. So like this the program is executed. So I think you can understand this concept. Hope you understand. Thank you very much. So good morning students. It is a computer science class. Take lesson number 6, recursive function. Then take page number 204 and come to program 6.1. Okay. So under recursive function we are going to see one concept. Sum of 5 number. You know that sum of 5 number means 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, right? This can be written in some other form. How? 5 plus sum of 4 numbers. Okay, fine. Now you forgot all these things. All these things. Only you just see sum of 4 number. What is the value of this one? If we know the value of this one only, then we can find the value of sum of 5 number. Am I right? Yes. So you forgot all these things. Just see this alone. So what is sum of 4 number? Sum of 4 number means we had write 4 plus sum of 3 number. Am I right? So 4 plus sum of 3 number. Okay. Fine. So if you want to find this value means sum of 4 number means first you should know the value of sum of 3 number. Okay. So that you have to find the value of sum of 3 number. Okay. Now you forgot all these things. Just to see sum of 3 number. How to execute the value of sum of 3 number? First write 3 plus. Then you write sum of 2 numbers. Okay. If you find the value of this one means you can find the value of sum of 3 number. Okay. So now what is the value of sum of 2 number? Okay. Sum of 2 number value is nothing but 2 plus sum of 1 number. Okay. So you know, everyone know that sum of 1 number is 1. Okay, is equal to 1. Okay. So since we find the value of this box, so that we can find the value of this one, and so that we can find the value of this level, so that we can find the value of this level, and finally we can find the value of this level. Am I right? Suppose if this function value we couldn't execute means we could not find the value for this one. Okay, fine. So listen, the sum of one number value is 1, such that what is this value fully? It become 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, fine. So sum of 2 number value is 3. So 3 plus 3 means totally it is 6. Okay. So sum of 3 number value is 6. So 6 plus 4 is what? Totally 10. So sum of 4 number value is 10. So 10 plus 5 is 15. So such that we find the answer. Answer for sum of 5 numbers. Okay. You see student, it's a very complicated function. Okay. You couldn't understand easily. Only if you go through so many programs in this lesson, then only you can able to understand what is the meaning of this recursive function. Understand? So you just constantly go through the sums. Okay. Listen, I just boxed here now sum of 4 numbers, sum of 3 numbers, sum of 2 numbers, sum of 1 number. Okay. So all these things are nothing but recursive function. Okay. Okay. It's a theoretical part. Let me explain you in the programming part. Okay. First, come to main function last equal to 5. What's the value of last? 5. Now compute 5. That means it is a call statement. So this will go to compute definition. Okay. Now the last value is 5. This value will be transferred to num. So num value is what? Num value is also 5. Okay. So what is the num value? 5. If 5 equal to 1 means this condition is true or false? 5 equal to 1. This condition is false. Since this condition is false, we have to come to else statement. So here 5, num means 5, I told you, num means 5 plus num minus 1 means what? It is nothing but 5 minus 1, it is 4. Compute 4 function. Okay. So this function, you see, it is, listen, it is also a call statement. Likewise, it is also a call statement. This will call this compute function. Understand? Okay. So last time it executes compute 5 and now it's going to execute compute 4. Okay, fine. So now num value is what? Num value will become 4. Okay. So 4 equal to 1. This condition is again false. It will come to here. Now what will happen? So now you forgot this one. Okay. So now how to say? Now what will happen now? Instead of 5, here 4 will come. Okay. So 4 plus compute 3 will execute. Okay. So last time what will execute? 5 plus compute 4 is executed. This time 4 plus compute 3 will execute. Okay. So compute 3 is what? It is also a calling statement. This will call this function. Okay. So now the num value will become 3. So it will come here. So 3 equal to 1. This condition is also false. It comes here. Return. Num value is what? Num value is 3. So 3 plus compute 2. Okay. So 3 plus compute 2 means it is also a call statement. It will call the same function here. Now num value is what? It is 2. Okay. So 2 equal to 1. This condition is false. Okay. It will come here. So what will execute? 2 plus compute 1. Okay. 2 plus compute 1. So compute 1 means it will go to here. Now num value is what? 1. So 1 is equal to 1. The condition is true. It will return 1. It will return 1. So this compute 1 function value is 1. Okay. So 1 plus 2, the answer is, this answer is 3. Okay. So listen. So 1 plus 2, so this compute function value will be 3. So 3 plus 3, the answer is 6. So this compute 3 value is 6. So 6 plus 4 is 10. So this compute 4 function value is 10. So 10 plus 5, it is 15. At last, this compute function value is 15. So it will come back. This compute function value is also will be 15. So this 15 will be saved here, 15. So at last, the sum of the series from 1 to 5 is 15. Understand? So still no, so many will not understand this concept. So once again I will tell you. Sum of 5 numbers we are going to find. It is nothing but 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, fine. The same expression can be executed in recursive form. How means? Same 5 plus you write. Instead of this one, you have to write sum of 4 number. Okay, fine. Now you forget everything. Forget everything. Just see this alone. Write 4 plus. Okay, now you have to find sum of 3 numbers. So if you find 4 plus sum of 3 number, you can find the value of sum of 4 number. Okay, fine. So you forget everything. You have to find sum of 3 number. If you want to find sum of 3 number means, first you have to write the expression 3 plus sum of 2 numbers. Okay, so likewise it will go on up to sum of num. Sum of num value is 1, so that we find the value for this level, so that we can find the value for this level, so that we can find the value for this level. At last we can find the value for this level. Understand? Okay. So hope you understand. Thank you very much. So good morning students. It's a computer science class. Okay. I told you in last class I am going to explain the base case and recursive step. Okay, so let me explain you what is called base case and what is called recursive step. Fine. So in a program, okay, in a program there will be a function. Okay, there will be a function definition. Inside the function definition there will be a calling statement with the same function name. Okay, so inside a function definition there will be a calling statement of same function name. That function call statement is nothing but recursive step. Understand? Once again I will repeat. This is a function definition. Inside this there will be a calling statement with the same name, and this calling statement is nothing but recursive step. Fine. What is the usefulness of recursive step? Because of this function only, this function will execute again and again and again. If you didn't give means what will happen? This function will be going to execute only one time. Okay. Hope you understand what is the usefulness of recursive step. Got it? Okay. Next we are going to see base case. Fine. In base case what is there? Okay. Usually there will be a condition. Okay. So if this condition is true means, so it will stop the execution. Right? Okay. Suppose if this base case is not there means, I will remove these two lines. This base case, I will remove this base case. What will happen? This function will execute again and again. It won't stop. Okay, such that it will lead to an infinite number of loops. So to make a finite number of loops, we are in need of base case. Understand? Okay. So in this class I teach you what is called base case and what is called recursive step. Base case means it's a condition which will make it to stop the recursion function, and recursive step is nothing but a calling statement. Okay, it will be useful to call the function again and again. So hope you understand. Thank you very much.